Hey buddy, it's 54D-Star, and we're going to show you, or today I'm going to show you how to do transparent textures inside Sculptris. Now, you can't do it specifically inside, but there is a way on how to basically cheat the system. Sculptris can't support full transparent textures. I believe that's only in ZBrush, the older brother Sculptris, and it costs a lot of money, though it is a very good system. But those people who just want to stay with Sculptris, this is how you get transparent textures. We're going to go to new scene, and then due to the fact that I don't need this many polygons, I'm actually going to just get rid of all of these polygons. It'll make it also a whole lot easier for me to actually show you the transparency in a program. But if you're just moving this to a game engine or something like that, then yeah, you don't need to actually do this. This is just for me allowing you to see a little bit better. So as you see, I got rid of all the unnecessary triangles, and we're going to go paint. I'm going to switch to 1024 because that'll allow me to do a better better painting job. So okay, here we go. So I'm going to choose this metal brush. Actually, I have to actually select it. We're going to go to my textures. Let's do a floor, actually. Something simple that I already have. And I'm just going to... And I do have symmetry on. And... here we go. And I'm just going to... that looks terrible. Do that. I'm just going to do this. Voila. Perfect. Okay, so you're saying, okay, now where's the transparency? Well, specifically talking, this two grays are the transparency. Sculptris, like I said, does not support full transparency. It does support shading, which in itself does have transparency, but when you export it, there is no like see-through layer. It just puts in these two grays, or you could paint actually a solid color, but you know, you'd have to be really specific. My advice is just to save this as a texture, which I'm just going to say this as 12121, save, and then I'm going to also export the model, the plane 12121, and save that as an, okay, yeah. And then I'm going to go into paint, and I'm going to open the texture. Now at this point you can save it as a JPEG or a PNG. Because we want the transparency, I might as well just save it as a PNG so that it can support transparency. Now the solid gray is like unneeded material, but you do need to take out these two colors of gray. Now I'm going to, and this is paint.net, so I selected the magic wand and I set tolerance down to 0 because I don't want it, you know, with tolerance, sometimes you can wipe out stuff that you do need. So I'm going to zoom in, control, mouse wheel up, hit shift, and then left button, and there we go. It's basically selected all that shade of gray, delete, and now we're seeing white in gray. That's, you know, paint.net's version of transparency. I do the same thing for the other color. I delete, and then there we go. We have a transparency level, or layer. Now I'm just going to save. It's going to say over the original. And because we saved it as a PNG in paint.net, we don't have to do any weird re-saving from JPEG to PNG. Now I'm going to go into Blender, and I'm going to delete everything in the scene. Then I'm going to import the OBJ, or object file. And OBJ, import. And we're going to right click and then we're going to hit tab. And that will say, okay, I want to select it and I want to see everything that's, you know, all the lines and all the vertices and triangles. Now I split by, you know, just right clicking, and that's this little mini pop up, and I just hit split area. Now it's going to say show two of the same areas. I'm going to do UV image editor. Now guys, this is going to be totally different from, you know, if you're not using Blender. But I feel very comfortable in Blender. And I'm going to open, go to image, open, and the texture is in my desktop, and it's named 12121. Go open. There we go. We have it. Now I'm going to go to textured view. As you can see, we have a white view. It's because we didn't set it for texture. And this is why you have to set each triangle for transparency. It's kind of annoying sometimes because you can't go, you know, background, the background of the whole object is set transparent if it's a transparent area. You have to actually select the triangle, select that triangle, hit alpha. Boom, we have an alpha transparency. Now if I were to actually do this, I'm actually going to do it toward a couple of triangles that are bordering non-transparent areas. So it's saying, okay, that's white, or it's showing white, and then we just right click, hit alpha, and voila, we have a alpha texture. Now, the guy specifically asked, you know, he was doing a dome of a building or something like that, and he wanted it to be glass. Could this work for that? Yeah, yes, you can do it. It might be not really what you're used to, but it should actually work just the same. Just be careful where you're texturing. Unless you want to spend money on Sculptris, which, I mean, you're gonna have to do your own research. But you know, from what I've been reading on the forums, it does support alpha texturing, or you can select the area of no texture or something like that, or solid. You know, you can literally cut out shapes and all that stuff of the item and color it, similar to, I believe, 3ds Max. But here we go. This wasn't too hard, and we have our alpha texture, and then we just go into an image program and basically just do a smooth edge, which would take all the edges and just smooth blend them, or kind of like blur it so it's smooth. But that's how you do basically a transparent texture in Sculptris, and using a image paint program. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed it. You know, if you want to send any more tutorials or ask me any questions, just you know, right below the video there's a chat box or whatever. You know, you just post them there and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Bye guys.